All right, guys. So we're back. We finally have a PSA sub to open on the YouTube channel. Can you believe it? It's been forever. It's been an eternity, honestly. But we are on this setup. Sorry, my microphone is still broken, so I'm using my iPhone microphone. Sorry if it's a little bit bad, but that is the life we live. Also, if anyone has a plug at Rhodes, let me know. I'm trying to get one of their mics. But anyways, this is what we got right here. We submitted this last year through Ludkins, and I did their 30-day tier, which cost $30 a card pretty much. And I sent it out November 7th, 2020. And I am receiving it right now on September 10th, 2021. So that's around 10 months, exactly 307 days. I did the math. I put it in a calculator. But so 307 days it took us to get these cards back. This submission is okay. It's not my best submission. It's from when I first started submitting cards a bunch, like at least in mass quantities like this. I think during this time I did a 50 card bulk submission too, something like that. Before that, I had only done a few economy ones before everything went crazy for like 10 cards or so. But we're in it. I learned a lot of lessons through these cards. I feel like I've learned so much more in this year time period. All right, so we got 16 cards right here in total, and that cost around $512 to get graded. There were a few upcharges too for $40 a piece. So plus shipping on top of from there and back. At the end of the day, this cost around $600, maybe a little bit more to get graded. I don't know the exact number off the top of my head. Definitely a lot of cool cards. There's some basketball in here, so I'm gonna show that off too. It all went in one big submission. So let's get started. Before we get started though, there's no sponsored ad today. So like and subscribe, hit that like button, subscribe, comment, say what's up. Tell me about your favorite cards, you know, just talk to me. Hit me up on Instagram, do all that stuff. It really does help out with the algorithm. Not the Instagram thing, but comments, likes, subscriptions, all that stuff really helps us keep doing what we're doing. And you guys are the GOATs. So I already know the grades on these cards. We're going to be doing a different format. I'm just going to show you guys each and every card, kind of go over how much I got it for, what my thought process was. At the end of the day, times and prices and everything with Pokemon cards, especially graded, has changed so much. So it's going to be nice to like look back. I don't know the exact numbers, but I'm just going to go over it. You know what I mean? See what's up with all the numbers and stuff. See if I took an L. Most of these I got in pretty cheap, so it doesn't even really matter. But we're going to talk about it. And yeah, I'm going to try to show you guys close-ups, talk to you about more in depth about the grades and why they got the grades they got and my thoughts on all that. So let's get started for real this time. Also, if any of you guys are interested, not most of them, but a few of these are going to be for sale. So just if you guys are interested at all, just hit me up on Instagram. Link will be in the bio below. I'm definitely trying to sell it to homies more than I am on eBay. So I can definitely hook you guys up with a good price for especially like the WotC cards, stuff like that. I'm going to be keeping a few. I'll note those. So like I said, I already know the grades, but I'll let you guys play the grade guessing game. We got base set 2 Charizard. So these 3 cards right here, I actually got from a lot. I got them from an old vintage lot for $120. It's in one of my old videos if you guys want to check it out. It's an old binder. But, so I'm going to group them. So all this I got for $120. There was a bunch of other cards, like first edition cards, WotC cards, a lot more WotC holos that were ungradable, but I graded these for sure. There might be a few that I put in my bulk submission. I don't really remember. I was really bad at bookkeeping forever. I'm still bad at it. But, so, we got base set 2 Charizard. And what did we get? I already know it's a 7. So, pretty obvious 7. I've had this card in a 7 before that I sold. I think I sold it for $700 forever ago on the hype. But here we are. We got base set 2, 7. You can see the 7 whitening right there. Look at that bottom corner right here. A lot of whitening, definitely a lot of stuff. Definitely not perfect, a lot of flaws. It obvious, like right here too, right there. 7 whitening all day. Pretty obvious. I assumed it was gonna get a 7, maybe hoping for an 8. Either way, holo is really nice. But yeah, these go for around 200 to 280 from what I've seen now recently. If I would have gotten these cards back during the crazy hype, I'd be balling out, you know? Everyone knows. That's why everyone was doing it. But next card, same lot. We got Dark Charizard right here. This one's actually pretty nice. Look at it. And I'll show you guys the back too before I show you the grade. But this one's a lot nicer than the other one. Not that much whitening. Definitely has a decent amount. but it's really not that bad. So here we go, and it gets an 8. Dark Charizard PSA 8. I actually had one of these. It's really funny, but during the hype, I had a 7 base set 2 and an 8 Dark Charizard, and I sold both of them. So getting them back is kind of funny to me. But so we got Dark Charizard PSA 8. I think these are going for around 200. Not much to say about it. It's pretty much just like the 7, but a little bit cleaner. I don't know if you guys want to keep seeing the backs. I like seeing the backs because it gives you a perspective of how cards look, like what's an 8 and what's a certain grade. This one's actually really not that bad from what I can see. So it does have some whitening on the edges right here. It's really hard to see on camera, but you can see it right there. But yeah, no, I could see this one maybe even getting a 9. It probably has a decent amount of hollow scratches. Can't really tell through the camera though. But yeah, solid 8. Last card from that lot is this Pikachu. Look at that, though. Look at that swirl. I know people love swirls. That swirl is so nice and in such a good spot too. But we got Birthday Pikachu right here. Black Star promo. Flip it to the back for you guys. Guess the grade? This one is... Oh man, I have to sneeze so bad. Okay, we're back. Sorry about the sneeze. But Pikachu, Birthday Pikachu gets an 8. Honestly, this 8 is more justified. At first, when I first submitted, I was like, oh, this is a 9 all day. But after looking at it when I got it back, it has quite a bit of whitening, like right here. Watch, finger helps a lot. It has quite a bit of whitening, actually, and especially in this bottom corner. Right there. Definitely think it would have been a 9 forever ago, but I definitely do feel like it's an 8. It has these whitenings at the top, in the corner. And then mainly for me is when I shined it with a flashlight, there's a lot of hollow scratches when I put the flashlight on it. So I think an 8 is warranted for this. At the end of the day, I really wanted a 9. 8s are going for around 200 to 250 from what I've seen. So I got these 3 cards for 120. And that's not even including the whole binder. It was like a whole collection. It had a bunch of stuff in it. I probably made the 120 back from just selling the random singles. Definitely good margin still. I'm glad I didn't buy crazy stuff at like crazy peak prices. But those 3, super chillin'. I'm probably going to keep the Pikachu. The Pikachu is so dope. I don't own one. And I love the swirl. I do wish it was a 9, but life goes on. All right, next 2 cards came from another lot. I paid 200 for this binder collection. And nothing was super gradable there. There was a lot of WotC hollows, a lot of WotC bulk. But we got base set 2 Venusaur right here. Bam, 7. So these are going for around $100 right now. And then this is what I'm surprised about. Let me show you the Venusaur really quick. But 7 whitening. You guys already know the vibes. 7 whitening. Look at that. It's so hard to see on camera, but it's so much more obvious in person. But definitely 7 whitening, if you guys can see that. It looks so good on the camera screen right now, but I definitely think it's 7 whitening. Just look at it. How can I show this? How can I showcase this to you guys? I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to figure out a meta. But next one. This is what I thought was crazy. So, Charizard. You want to see it? Guess the grade. Look at this. This is what I thought was hectic. If you guys see this, do you guys see that crazy crease all the way across the middle? I thought this card was going to be a 2. I'm not complaining, by the way, but you guys see that? Look at that. And guess what grade it is? Guess the grade. I thought a 2. And it got a 6. Isn't that insane? I don't know what slipped by, but they gave me a 6. I'm so happy about that. Because having this in a 6 is way more valuable than having it raw, creased all the way down the middle. Oh, you guys can even see it from the front if you look hard enough for that, like, bend. But PSA 6, I think these are going for around 200, 250. I am not really sure. But the whole binder cost me 200. I kind of wish I just sold these cards to begin with instead of getting them graded. If I sold them when I bought the binder, it would have been super chillin'. But at the end of the day, I did not take an L, and that is all that matters, actually, because I got a bunch of other stuff from the binder, too. It's a funny story with this one, because at the end of the day, me says it multiple times, but I got this binder from one of my friends. He posted on Facebook, and then I hit him up about it, and He wanted around like 180, 200. But then someone else was trying to buy for 200. And it turns out it was one of my other friends. So I got it from my homie because he was my friend. So he sold it to me instead of selling to one of my other friends. It's a long story. It's very convoluted, but it's very funny. But yeah, so there's those two. This binder was not that big of a dub. Probably at the end of the day, it was still a dub, including the grading fees. So I cannot complain too much. If you guys need these cards, let me know. Next, I'll show you guys these two cards. We got Lou Alcindor. These are really big, as you guys can tell. Compared this to another PSA size or normal size trading card, these are huge. We got the tall boys here. We got Wilt and we got Lou Alcindor, which is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. They both got PSA 1s, which I'm kind of heard about, but I paid for both of these. I paid 70, so plus the grading, we're at 130-ish for these two. I'm in for, but each of these, even in PSA 1s, go for $100 or so. So Lou Alcindor's, this is his second year, and this is just a Topps Wilt. These are super dope. I do not know how to explain it in terms of Pokemon cards. Kareem is like Blastoise. He's a GOAT. Definitely, like an actual GOAT. I call everyone the GOAT, but Kareem is actually one of the GOATs of basketball. And Wilt is also, I guess, if multiple people are GOATs, then are they really the GOAT? Never mind. But no, these cards are super cool. Super hyped to have these. I wish they got higher grades. I've seen ones that look so much more hecked up. And yes, I understand the edges are super messed up. There's multiple creases all around everywhere. If you guys can see, the edges are deteriorating. But I thought they were going to get 2s or 3s, but I'm okay with 1s, especially since I got into them super, super cheap. And they just look really cool. Next card we got is Melodic EX PSA 8. I'm going to stop doing the finger thing. It's like kind of pointless. But we got Melodic EX. If you look at this one, honestly, the back is actually very clean. I thought it was going to get a 9 just basing it off the back. I was kind of a noob when I submitted this sub. I was really bad at checking service. I would check it for anything crazy, but I didn't think they would dock so much for like slight hairline hollow scratches. But this one has a decent amount, if I can show you guys. It's really hard to tell on camera and through the case, but it has a lot of hollow scratches, so I definitely think it deserves an 8. I totally understand why it got an 8. I'm not gonna be like, oh my gosh, guys, why did it get an 8? But I'm trying to show you guys right there. But it's a very nice card otherwise, minus all the hollow scratches. So story about this one, if you guys remember my Metagross PSA 9, I got it from the same person through this really long, convoluted way. But I met them at the store, and they were selling their binder, and they sold me the rest of the binder that the store didn't buy. But they told me that another place that they sold to had a bunch of the earlier things they were selling. And so I was like, oh, they have a lot of good stuff. So I rushed to that store, and the Metagross Gold Star was there, and this Melodic was there. So I scooped them up instantly because the conditions are really good on most of their cards. And then from that other collection that I bought from them, there was like a Dark Charizard. There was a lot of cool stuff. I wish I had the exact bookkeeping of all the cards and stuff, but we got this Melodic here. It is very clean on the back. It's just the front with the hollow scratches, but I love this card. I do wish it was a 9. Life goes on. Next couple cards we got, bam, 2 Luka Doncic PSA 10 rookie cards. We got the Donruss right here, and we got the NBA Hoops Winter right here, and they both got 10s. I got both of these for 100. There were another 6 or so cards included, which were all Lukas. So crazy good deal. 10s in both of these go for around 300. So super dub, mega ultra dub, actually. And yeah, not much to say about it. I do like the Winter a lot more. I think the pop on this Luka is around 12,000 in a 10 or something ridiculous like that. Whereas in this one, there's only I think it's a pop 400, 500 card. So I'm definitely going to hold on to this for its super low pop. Probably going to sell this Luka right here. But always good to have Luka Doncic PSA 10s. If you guys don't know basketball, this card is super liquid. People love Luka. Luka almost started the crazy basketball card hype in a way. So next card, back to Pokemon, we got, bam, Evolution's Charizard PSA 9. So this is one of the few cards I bought during the hype. I bought a handful of cards during the hype where I wish I didn't. but it's a lesson learned. Luckily on this one, I didn't realize that I bought a green flame version until someone pointed it out, but it's right there. I do not know a lot about the green flame version. Apparently it's a first print run of this card. I do not know a lot about it. I was going to just sell this card. If I didn't realize it was a green flame, I would have just sold it right away. But I might hold on to it. If any of you guys know anything about green flame, let me know about its actual scarcity and rarity and all that stuff. I am not too certain. I can't find any information online either. It's just a handful of people saying that it's the first print run, which if it is, then that's kind of hectic. It's pretty cool. But I'll show you guys so you guys can look at a 9. Not a lot of whitening. There's like barely any whitening actually from what I can see. There's like maybe that little bit in the corner, but you can hardly tell. And then it is a little bit off center, top to bottom, if you guys see that right there. But other than that, it is pretty clean. I remember buying it only because it was very clean and happens to turn out as a green flame. I think I got it for like $100, 115. But for the green flame and in a 9, I really cannot complain. So we got a few cards left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think these are the heavy hitters from the sub. And they're just crazy. So we'll just go into them really quick. So first one, bam. Charizard Hidden Fates PSA 10 Shiny. I love this card. This is honestly the card that got me back into collecting. I ripped so much Hidden Fates when I first started. I ripped thousands of dollars, and $1,000 was a lot to me. It still is, but spending $1,000 on Pokemon cards back then was ridiculous, and I was so down. I wish I kept it sealed, but that's a life lesson learned. But so the story of this card actually is I gave up on ripping Hidden Fates, so I just had a bunch of Hidden Fates just sitting in my house. And I was talking to Bex actually, and I was like, oh, we should open a box. And so we ended up opening a box, and literally I didn't think about getting this card ever. I gave up after spending like a grip of buying Hidden Fates and ripping it. I gave up. And then guess what? We pulled this out of the last pack. And it was crazy. And she just chose one box too. I think it was one box out of like 20 boxes on the shelf, which is ridiculous. But look at it. What's crazy about this card is I thought it was going to get a 9. I was just going to keep it for PC and just be like happy with a 9. But now it's a 10, and that's hectic to me because I don't know if you guys can see it in the video, but it's a little bit crooked. Like the card itself is not straight. If you look at this edge and this edge, you see how it's like slightly leaning. So it's like definitely miscut. I thought it was going to get a 9. But other than that, the card is pretty pristine. I just didn't think it was going to get a 10, but I guess everything else makes up for that slight issue. Because honestly, at the end of the day, it's crooked, but the centering's not bad, you know? So definitely happy with the 10. This card is up to, I want to say, I think it's 800 to 1,000, somewhere around that. So definitely a heavy hitter card for sure. I'm just going to let this one sit. This card in a way reminds me of just starting to collect Pokemon cards again in this era. And it kind of like symbolizes that. I know that's kind of cheesy, but I'm pretty hyped on it. It feels kind of good because I've always wanted this card. I wanted this card so bad just to have it and to have it in a 10 and just to get it chilling all random. Feels really good. All right. Like and subscribe real quick. Like and subscribe, reminder alert. Hit that like button, comment, subscribe. Let's finish up the rest of these cards. So we got a few sports cards because I did really good on sports. Unfortunately for all the Pokemon people, I'm so sorry. There's one more Pokemon card though. So keep on the lookout for that. But we got Klay Thompson. Rookie card PSA 10. I actually got this for $150 when these were around 300. And I thought it was a steal. So 180 graded altogether for the most part. In 10s, these are going for around 800 right now. So easy dub. Super easy dub. For those of you guys that don't know, I'm a super Warriors fanboy. I collect so many Stephen Curry cards. I have a grip. I just got a Stephen Curry auto out of 5. His downtown. I spent too much on Stephen Curry cards. But Klay Thompson, the other Splash brother, so hype. If you guys don't know, look it up. The Warriors are going to be scary this year, honestly. But once Klay comes back, I think this card could do stonks. But we'll see. Next card we got right here. LeBron James Bazooka PSA 10. So I actually found this in a bulk box for, I want to say, like $3, and it came back at 10. This is a LeBron James rookie card. It's not like a crazy hectic one, but in 10s, these go for around $500, which is really ridiculous to me for finding it in a bulk bin. So, heavy hitter. we'll just go to the next one too. And then we got this. I got this one for $20. It's a LeBron, Carmelo, and Dwayne Wade rookie. All three rookies, and it's a PSA 8. Pretty hype. It has a dinged corner right here. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's one of these corners, actually. I don't remember which one. But I think it's this one right there. The corner is dinged, so I understand why I got an 8. It's also pretty off-centered, but we definitely take 8s. 8s for these are going for around 8, or not 800, around 500 also, which is ridiculous. Sports did really good for me this sub. I think I got all 10s except for this one, actually. All right, so last card right here. It's actually a Japanese card. And it's a funny story because this actually isn't my card. It's my friend Jonah's. We were going through his binder. I was helping him find a bunch of stuff to submit. And he happened to have this card in here, which is honestly crazy. But I'll just show you guys right now before we get to the story. Bam. Lugia Neo Genesis Japanese PSA 10. Also, look at that swirl. Nice swirl. But funny story is he actually wasn't even going to submit this, I think. He thought it was kind of mid. He's like, oh, Lugia's whatever. And I was like, dude, you should submit this. It'll probably get a 10. And so it did. I actually am going to buy this card from him. So it's actually technically mine now, once I give him the cash and all the money and stuff. But the Lugia is super dope. Very hyped on that. I'm super hyped that he got the 10. I'm super hyped to like buy it from him to put in my collection. Because it's just one of those cards. It's honestly, in a way, it's like the poor man's Neo Lugia first edition, and even the unlimited English one too, but I think it hits really hard, so I'm super hyped. 10s of the unlimited never come up. Japanese ones are the only ones coming up recently, I'm pretty sure, that I've noticed, so really hyped to just have this. It's a very good PC card, so I'm just gonna hold on to it for a while, but just look at it. It is beautiful, and yeah, no, very hyped. Shout outs to Jonah, the GOAT, and shout outs to you guys for watching all the way through. But yeah, so here's the sub, guys. Overall, it was a really good sub. In between then, I've learned to look at Surface really, really well. And this gave me another perspective of cards. At the end of the day, I feel like I did really, really good. And bottom takeaways for me is just don't buy into the hype. I feel like these types of cards, once you're deeper in the hobby, you understand that WotC Holos are a little bit overproduced. And I should have just sold these at the hype raw instead of waiting for them to come back. But it's cool. It's cool to have them, and it's cool to have the experience, so I don't even care that much. But at the end of the day, if I didn't buy these for like super, super low, below market price, then I would have taken a huge loss. So I can see that happening to a lot of people during this time period. And so biggest takeaway I would say is just stay away from the hype, which I've been trying to do for the most part. But a lot of the WotC Holo stuff, it was just too much to resist during that time period with everything going on. But the cards that did the best for me were basketball cards, lol. But this Melodic, honestly, too. This Melodic is super low pop still. This EX era is crazy low pop. There's not even any 8s listed, and then 9s hardly go up, and 9s hardly sell either. So stuff like that always does really good at the end of the day because you have full control over the market. And then basketball stuff did really good. This Charizard I'm super hyped on. My Pokemon sub was actually kind of weak compared to my sports, but sometimes that's just the way it goes. And so I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like, subscribe. Let me know. I should be getting another really big, I think it's like a 35 card bulk sub in the next month or so, hopefully. We'll see what's up. PSA is taking forever, but it's been really fun. It's fun to have these subs, like these cards back finally. So yeah, hit me up.